Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bosk. I'm here with Tails of the ASICoin YouTube channel, and today we're here to talk to you about SIAcoin. My main goal of this video is to discuss investing into SIAcoin, if it's a good project, and really just the whole drama surrounding SIAcoin right now. So with that, first I want to cover just the basis of exactly what is SIAcoin. Basically, it's decentralized peer-to-peer digital cloud storage. SIAcoin is a very promising project in the aspect of it fulfills a need in the world that will always be needed in the future, which is basically data storage. And this is going to be based on the cloud, and it touts itself as being private. So you have that security, that encryption, which is just so vital in today's age. And it uses redundancy. So if it was, say, a file of my identity, it would take just a total rough example, split it into 10 pieces, send those pieces to 10 different, basically, nodes on their network. And then whenever that was needed, it would draw those pieces together. There's also redundancy, so if those went down, they're also stored in other places, thus creating a very vast and secure network. It segues me into my next topic of this video, which is their hashing algorithm and how it has been basically ambushed by big bad Bitmain. Before I dive off the deep end into the whole debacle taking place with that, I do want to say that I am a supporter of the mission that SIAcoin is trying to accomplish. I support them because they're the ones working on it, and I see an absolute need for this. There are some other projects that are basically aiming to do something similar, but I think most people would say that SIAcoin is the most well-developed one that's available in the market here right now. So to kick it off, Bitmain has just released their latest and greatest ASIC miner. An ASIC miner is a cryptocurrency miner. Basically, it works on the blockchain, solves the algorithms, and creates currency. It's essentially digital money printing, if you want to simplify it. Okay, and they released it for the Blake 2B hashing algorithm, which only the SIAcoin is learned. Let's talk the specs real quick. 800 gigahash a second at about 1300 watts consumed. That's pretty big power usage, and if you run it on the profitability calculator on such as what to mine right now, you're going to get somewhere between like $300 and $600 a day. And please understand, this will not do that when you receive it. So don't go pay a ridiculous price for this. People get duped with that stuff all the time. I'd be surprised if you're seeing 30 bucks a day by the time you get this with all the miners that are coming out for it. However, there will be great profitability to be had here, especially before the other miners hit the market that are being developed and have been in development by Obelisk, which is a project that has been created and ran by the SIAcoin developers. And I hate to be that guy, but I mean, you talk about conflicts of interest. This is truly one. And while it's cool to see them so invested in their own project that they'd be willing to take on something additional like this, and as a cryptocurrency miner, I absolutely think it is so cool to see mining advancements being made. Granted, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of ASIC mining, and I have had ASIC miners. I have an ASIC miner right now, and I will have more ASIC miners in the future. Who owns all the miners that mine Bitcoin? Essentially, Bitmain. What about one of the other top mineable coins, Litecoin? Bitmain. What about Dash? Bitmain. So just keep those things in mind. So I just grabbed my computer and I'm going to throw these up on the screen as I read some of them and basically just lay it out. But there is a ton of drama surrounding this. Ultimately, SIAcoin wanted their own monopoly on their ASIC miners, which is okay if they, don't abuse that power. But is that really a power that you want to give up to begin with? And they talk about decentralization. Is centralizing the mining hardware producer decentralization? Not at all. Not even a little bit. They have built basically a backup kill switch into their miners, not to kill their miners, but that they can invalidate Bitmain's hardware if they should so choose with a soft fork, which is very interesting. And why was that built in if they didn't already know about Bitmain's development of this miner? And there's just a lot of questions that you'll wonder like that. Did Bitmain just happen to wake up today and they're like, oh, dude, John, I totally know how to make the Blake 2B miner now. Check out my office later tonight. I'll have a prototype. Like, no, freaking James did not say that to John. That's not how it happened. But seriously, let's get to it. So some random dude on Reddit posted basically in response to why SIA should soft fork to kick out the Bitmain miners. I've never heard of this guy before, but he doesn't have a lot of comment karma either. But he said if SIA didn't want this to happen, they shouldn't have opened Pandora's box, that is ASIC mining. If they were a GPU mineable coin and stayed as one, and they forked to maintain GPU mineability, I imagine that most miners would have rejoiced and cheered for him there. At least I would have. SIA was creating their own ASIC mining monopoly that we would have to entrust they operate fairly. I have some faith still left in humanity, so I believe in that and them. However, if you switch to ASICs, you can't be mad when big bad Bitmain crashes your party. Just his 2 cents. Never heard of this guy. Honestly, I totally agree with him. This basically leaves two sides of the community. The ones who support crushing Bitmain's recent hardware launch, and the other side which says, hey, we just got to run with this, / I probably bought an A3 miner. So I bought an A3 miner in full disclosure, so I would technically be put on that side. However, I absolutely want to buy an SC1 miner when it comes out. And you're like, well, then why didn't you just pre-order it? Well, why would I pre-order anything that is like, I think their pre-order was at least 6 months away. 6 months away. 6 months away. You know how long that is? That's half a year. You probably knew that. But do you know how long that is in crypto? It could be an eternity, a lifetime. Crypto changes at a crazy speed. These pre-orders have gotten out of hand, and I don't really agree with them. I think if you really want funding, then you should be able to provide the prototype first. I understand funding research, and I'm supportive of that and advancements, but it was a lot of time and money wasted to make ASIC miners when the need for mining was already satisfied with GPU mining. Granted, I'm biased because I have a majority GPU mining farm, so you could take my credibility away there. But, at the end of the day, I like to think that I would represent the majority of the mining community, because I would like to believe the majority of the mining community are GPU miners. And, I understand the appeal of ASICs and how you can basically just spend money, plug them in, and it's pretty simple and you're mining. But, do you really have the power there? Are you the one in control, or are you just using a little plug and play computer from Bitmain that one day will be absolutely worthless? Because every part in a GPU mining rig has value. Every part in an ASIC mining rig basically has no value. When those miners go obsolete, you're best off just throwing them in the trash. So this is the kicker, and this is why I saved it for the end. This was posted on their Reddit. It's confirmed to essentially be true. There's no reason to discredit. It was taken out of the contributors channel from the SIAcoin Discord. And in there, Taek, who is known to be one of the SIAcoin developers and the most vocal about the Bitmain opposition here, he posted, "At everyone, we beat our heads against the problem enough, and that there's not enough consensus in the community for invalidating the surprise hardware." So, scroll down, keeps going, a lot of talk. Basically, one of their members, who has parentheses FTS, Nick H, "I'm going to PM you about the details of the hard fork. I can make it." Essentially, they're conspiring to hard fork the coin, and essentially they may jump shifts, say, hey, this is SIAcoin, and this is, SIAcoin 2, or whatever they want to call it. They'll say that's the true SIAcoin, and the current chain will become SIAcoin Classic or something. But they're essentially truly conspiring to hard fork it there. So that's something to keep in mind. This is going to create crazy volatility in the price. And ultimately, I think this is going to really, really drive the price down. So if you notice my point earlier, while I absolutely like and support what SIAcoin is doing, that does not mean that I said then to invest in it then. And if you didn't watch the whole video, maybe you made a bad move there, and I'm not a professional, and I don't have like all the professional investment advice BS, because full disclaimer, if there is just this much of a divide in the community of developers, which translates to the huge rift in the community, this is going to shake up. It's going to shake up bad. If he is this mad about this, he's not going to work on the project the same. He's not going to put that same amount of dedication into it that he's already had. Granted, this is just my opinion and speculation, but if this was your baby and you felt like someone just basically stole your baby, are you going to raise what's their baby now, or you're like, well, I guess I might as well go have another baby because that's now Bitmain's baby. You know, that was maybe a little far-fetched, but I think that's a realistic way of maybe looking at this, and that's how he feels. And if your team is losing faith in their own project because of these events that are transpiring, then that's very alarming. And there's going to come a couple things. They're either going to take the power back themselves, which, you know, puts at risk of, will they just hard fork the coin every time they don't like that something happens with it? What if a new miner comes out and they hard fork it again? They say, oh, no, no, no. This is just for our miners to mine. That's not decentralization. That's not exactly fair. But then again, what Bitmain does is never really fair. And look what they did with the D3. You guys know I was kind of vocal on D3 and X11 mining, and I really have absolutely zero interest in X11 mining because of everything that transpired with that. Ultimately, we're at a pretty interesting spot here in the community. So I'd like to ask you, and please comment in the video below because I want to see the response from the community. I want to hear the community. And even if you don't subscribe to the channel, which you totally should, drop a comment below and tell me what you support. And if you don't feel like typing out a long response, just type these responses so we can get a real idea of where the community's at, which would be SC1. Type SC1, which is also the name of the Obelisk miner, is if you support just running with everything that's going on. No hard fork. Bitmain, they came out, they jumped the gun, and their miners are here to stay, and the Obelisk miners are also going to mine on that same algorithm. Drop SC2 if you support SIAcoin hard forking their coin. And with that, they would invalidate Bitmain's hardware, make it absolutely worthless, which would cost me a couple grand, which would totally suck, and validate their hardware on the blockchain, so just their miners are good, and who knows what's going to happen next. Or, you know, this one's a little out there. This is my personal, I would pick this one personally. SC3. The coin is forked, right? Okay, fork debacle and debate, whatever. It's forked. It remains GPU mineable. Come on, power to the GPU miners, baby, but then again, I'm biased. So with that, thanks for watching, guys. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And again, comment below. Let me know what you're thinking, and I will see y'all next time.